A common way of grouping organisations is by the industry sector in which they operate. The primary sector covers the industries that extract or produce raw materials from the land, for example farming or fishing. The secondary sector is concerned with industries that process and produce items, such as any kind of manufacturing. The tertiary sector includes wholesalers and retailers. It also includes services such as banking, insurance, and hairdressing. The characteristics of a primary sector organisation are that it will use materials provided by nature. The location will be driven by the materials. The customers are usually other businesses. The characteristics of organisations in the secondary sector include heavy or light manufacturing. There will be a focus on transformation of materials. They will require access to raw materials, a labour force, and transportation of product to market. They are usually located out of town, and again their customers are usually other businesses. The characteristics of organisations in the tertiary sector are wholesalers, retails, and service providers. They focus on an interaction between people. The location will be important, for example, to attract trade. Customers may be businesses or members of the public. They will usually use publicity to attract customers. There are many different reasons why businesses will interact with each other. Here are a list of the most common reasons. Business transactions. They may all be part of the same supply chain. To share expertise. To increase business by offering loyalty points. To increase market share, or to save money. Types of organisation can include sole traders, partnerships, private limited companies, public limited companies, or a charity. To set up as a sole trader, you must register the business name with the National Business Register. You must also register with the HM Revenue and Customs as self-employed. To set up a partnership, a nominated person is chosen. This person is responsible for managing the partnership's tax returns and keeping business records. Partnership and nominated partner must be registered for tax self-assessment with HMRC. Other partners register separately. All the partners' names, as well as the business name, should be included on any official paperwork. In order to set up a private limited company, the following details must be registered at Companies House: the company name and address, details of the director, share capital and shareholder details. This information is usually contained in the following documents: the Memorandum of Association, Articles of Association, or Statement of Capital and Shareholdings. A private limited company may become a public limited company, or PLC, by offering its shares for sale to the public. This is also known as floating. This is where stock is offered for sale via the stock exchange. It must have a minimum of 2 directors, one of which must be nominated as the company secretary. The company must also have share capital of £50,000, a quarter of which must be paid up. Its annual accounts and reports must comply with the accounting principles of the London Stock Exchange, and the organisation must comply with the stock market's conditions and processes for the trading of shares. It must also submit to due diligence investigation. As a summary, this image shows the legal requirements for each different type of organisation. Organizational objectives. An organization sets a long-term aim, which is where it would like to be in the future. This becomes its organizational objectives. These objectives are then translated into targets. These targets may be in terms of profit, quality of service, efficiency, development or expansion, or change in crisis management. The factors that contribute to an organization's objectives are the economic sector, whether they are a public, private, or not-for-profit organization, the type, the stakeholders, and also the size of the organization. Objectives are likely to be directional, performance-related, internal, or external. The purpose of a mission statement is to ensure employees and customers are aware of the organization's purpose, ethics, and goals. It is used not only to paint a picture of its values to customers, but also to motivate and create a cohesive staff. The following is an example of a private sector mission statement: to enable people and businesses throughout the world to realize their full potential. This is Microsoft's mission statement. There are many different external forces that impact an organization. These can be broken down into the following categories: political, economic, sociological, technological, environmental, and legislative. The way that an organization responds to these forces will have a direct impact on its success. A pestle analysis is a useful strategic tool that is used to analyze how these different forces affect the organization at different times, and the difficulties involved in responding to them. Here is an example pestle analysis. Organizations must be constantly seeking to improve performance and keep ahead of the game. The most successful business review their products, services, and systems in order to find new and more efficient ways of doing things. Innovation in business creates value from ideas. The reason to do this is to improve performance, to keep ahead of the game, to find new and more efficient ways of working, to create value from ideas, and to seek new approaches to work. Innovation may relate to emerging new technologies, the market, the economic and political climate, new regulations or legislation, competitors, or environmental issues. The process for developing new products and services is listed below. It begins with idea generation, and then idea screening, concept testing, business analysis, product development, test marketing, commercialization, and finally review of market performance. When introducing new working methods, products, or services, it may impact on one or more of the following: the business as a whole, the management structure, departments within a business, employees in teams, individuals, customers, and competitors.